Well, we are starting out with a little bit of a wet day here in Arizona, which is kind of unusual for us. I had to get up and take Matthew to school because it was a little too wet at the bus stop. So that's how my day is getting started. All right, it is day 5 of our pre-cruise countdown, and our excitement level is up because it is getting really close now. So today is what I have planned is kind of just tying up a lot of loose ends that I need to do, along with which has to do with my travel business. I'm actually going through all of these bookings here and these top 2 drawers, making sure that there's no price drops for anyone, anything that needs to be taken care of that during the week I'm gone. I've had several people this last week that want to book travel insurance, maybe because all the hurricanes, people get a little scared, whatever. So I'm working on that. I have a lot of that to do, those to do. And so I'm just kind of doing some of my thing this morning with that. After that, I plan to do some house cleaning because when I go on a vacation, I don't know about you, but after being on a vacation, I don't like to come home and have to clean the house and all that. I like to leave it clean, come home to it clean, because after being on a cruise ship, you know that everything is done for you, all the cooking and cleaning, and the last thing you want to do when you get home is cook and clean. So it's bad enough we'll have to cook for ourselves probably when we come home. So anyways, so I'm going to clean up things around here a little bit, get that done, and then I am going to go through my little money envelopes and I will show you how I put those together, and then Matthew's going to go for a haircut. So that's the extent of our day. All right, budget envelope time. For those of you who do not know what that is, I did a video a while back on budgeting for a cruise, and this is a system I use, how we budget for our cruise when we're on the cruise, like for the ports and the expenses when you're actually on the cruise. So I will link that in the description below and maybe up above as well. So if you want to watch that, and you know, it may be helpful to you, maybe not. Anyways, so I'm going to go over our budget envelopes for our upcoming dream cruise this weekend. So what I do is I first take the ports, each day by day ports. So I'm going to start with Honduras. And I put, basically I'm putting, for those of you who don't know, I'm putting cash in each of the envelopes of what we're planning to spend in these different areas and in the ports. That way we stay within our budget. We don't overspend usually. And, you know, the cash we have in here is what we have. And that way we don't come home owing a lot of money. So here we go. So Honduras, we are going to Real Deal Roatan Tours, or we are taking a tour with Real Deal Roatan Tours. So we already know what that is going to cost, along with whatever else we're going to do. I allowed money for shopping, maybe any food or drink, anything like that. So that is all in here. So, you know, we take the money and we put it in the envelope. Okay, so that is Honduras. Then we have Costa Maya. We'll be going to Mahawal Beach and spending the day at the Tropicante. So we basically need money for our food, drinks, hanging out at the beach there, maybe a little shopping around there, and our taxi. We don't want to forget our taxi to and from Mahawal Beach. So once again, all that money is in here as well. So we're set for Costa Maya. Okay, we did not plan on, I did not make an envelope for Belize. We plan to stay on the ship. If for some reason we decide last minute to get off the ship, then I will pull, I do have an envelope that I can pull money out of. I will talk about in a few minutes. Okay, so next is Cozumel. Cozumel, right now we're a little unsure, but we are planning to go to Paradise Beach Club at this time. So I put in the appropriate money for that, and it should be enough for anything else we decide to do as well. So for all of our food, drink, a little shopping, and hanging out at Paradise Beach Club. All right, here is probably everyone's favorite. They want to know, it's the casino. I know this is Jamie's favorite. This is like our casino fund here. Okay, so we put cash in for the casino. I don't like to charge up and rack up a big bill in the casino. So what we take in cash is what we spend. There has been, sometimes we spend less than this. There has been times in the past where we've spent more than what we had planned in our budget. Although the last couple of years, we're very strict about sticking to this budget with the budget envelopes of what we bring. So a lot of times we will win a little money, so then we end up playing with that money first, and we don't ever even break into all of the money. You know, and sometimes we use it all. It just depends. So I have heard that the dream is a little tight with payouts these days. So we may go through this whole envelope. I don't know. We'll see. So I know everyone wants to know, how much money do you take to gamble with? That's everyone's big question out there. So is what we personally allow. And, you know, some may this sound like a lot to some may be like, oh, that's nothing. I don't know. But this is what our budget allows us and what we feel comfortable spending. Jamie loves to gamble. He's the big of the two. He's the bigger gambler in the family. So we allow him $100 a day for gambling. And for me on a 7-day cruise, I allow $200 for the whole week. So that's $900 total we take for gambling. And we're hoping not to spend it all. We're hoping to be big winners. But if we do, then that's all we got. So $900, that's what we got for you in the casino. So there you go. So next we have tips. We take an envelope and we put 50 to 100 $1 bills in there. I give it the bank. Then I also put a few 5s and 10s in there. So the ones are coming really handy for taking off the port, for maybe doing a little tippings. There's maybe places here and there you might want to tip off the port. Say you're getting a drink somewhere. You know, just anything. Someone helps you with something, you want to give them a couple dollars. You know, things come up. Another thing, also, another thing is you want to add. We add some of the ones we add to our port envelopes as well. I didn't tell you that because it's good to take 1s, 5s, and 10s into the ports for shopping. Especially the 1s and 5s, because a lot of these ports, you know, you'll find things not very expensive. And you don't want to hand them a 20 or a larger bill and expect them to give you change, because sometimes they don't have change, especially if it's one of those little stands out there where you're buying something. Or they'll try to talk you into getting more so they could keep the whole amount, you know. So it's really best to have just some 1s and 5s and things like that, because then it's good. A lot of times you can barter with things in certain ports, not all ports. So, but just keep that in mind. Don't just take all large bills off to the ports with you. Okay, back to the tips. So once again, we use the 1s come in very handy for if you get room service. We get room service sometimes in the morning, and we always give them a couple dollars. Sometimes we'll order it later in the day. Matthew likes to order chocolate cake, and he thinks it's really fun to order cake and give him a tip and all that. So anyways, so we use them for that. We also, Jamie likes to give the bartender, if he has a special bartender or one that's servicing him quite a bit, he will usually throw them a few dollars here and there. It makes them really happy. They appreciate it, and then they are very attentive to all of his drinking needs, which he enjoys. So there you go. So yeah, they come in really handy having some. Also, for at the airport for the porters, and when you get to the cruise port for the porters, when you give them your luggage, you should always give them a couple dollars for taking your luggage. You know, makes you feel secure that your luggage will make it onto that ship. So there you go. That is our tips. Next, we have one that says travel. Travel has all of our money that we might spend at the airport. We don't normally eat at the airport, but once we go through security, you know, we usually purchase some waters. So for the flight, so it takes care of those. Also, any pre and post cruise stay expenses. Not our hotels. Our hotels we've already secured with a card ahead of time. Those will go on the card. But if we're going to eat, drink, go shopping, go see any sightseeing and anything like that in the ports, it always goes into our travel. So we will be doing nothing the night before, because we are going straight to our hotel and probably going to bed because it's going to be very late. But post-cruise, we're going to be spending the whole day in New Orleans. We'll be eating, drinking, having a fun time, wandering around. I don't know what all we're going to do. So I have allowed plenty of money for that in our travel envelope. Okay, and last for this trip, I have one that says sail and sign card. This varies. Sometimes it's easier for us just to attach a card to the sail and sign card. Other times we bring cash for our sale and sign card. And a lot of times it depends. A lot of times I pre-purchase Carnival gift cards ahead of time where I'm saving 10%, like off the AARP website. And if I've collected and saved up several gift cards, then that's what's going in here. I'm going to put those on the sale and sign account and use all those up first before attaching any card to it. But this is also where I can pull out a little cash if I need to. Like I said, if we decide to get off in Belize, I can pull a little cash out from there, because then I either won't spend as much on the ship, or I can attach a card later, or whatever the case is. But that's kind of like a little extra fun we can pull from if we need to. So that is how we are doing our budget envelopes for this cruise, and hope that's kind of helpful to you guys on how to budget for a cruise. You know, we take all these, I kind of paper clip them together, keep them in a secure place, of course, in our cabin. You know, we usually lock them in the safe. There has been times I haven't locked them up. I've just had them put away. I've never had an issue with anyone trying to steal cash out of our room or anything like that. The room stores are really good. I mean, they're not going to risk their jobs. Although, you know, keep in mind, just don't leave things out in plain view. You never want to leave anything expensive out in plain view. That's just, you know, kind of common sense. You just shouldn't leave your things out. Although we do, I will say, we do leave our cameras and things like that out, and never an issue. But money, tuck it away. Put it in the safe, tuck it away somewhere, and you should be pretty good. So there you go. That is my little explanation about my budgeting envelopes. And we, like I said, we use these on every cruise. We started doing this a couple of years ago, and we found that since we have been cruising more over the last couple of years, this has been very helpful with helping us make that happen and being able to cruise more by just really budgeting. You know, we try to budget and pay the cash for things and not just put everything on a card and charge everything up, because then you just get in a lot of debt and eventually you got to pay for it. So then you won't be able to cruise anymore. So anyways, this is our little trick to being able to cruise more. So hope this was helpful.
All right, so here we are, Jamie here from Sharon at Sea with a young man. What's your name, sir?
Matthew.
Matthew, what are we doing today?
Getting a haircut.
Where are you going to get your haircut?
Sports Clips.
All right, are you pumped up and excited to get your pre-cruise cut? Yeah? All right, good deal. So right now, there's Matthew's hair. It's grown out a lot since his last haircut, and he's going to go in there and get a nice old buzz.
What?
A nice buzz. You'll be fine. You'll enjoy it. Anyway, all right, so we'll see you in a bit with Matthew's new hairdo. Oh yeah, there's our boy getting a nice undercut going on. Yeah, quality treatment, a little back massage. All right, well, here we are with Matthew. He's got his cut done now from the Sports Clips. Here, let me show a little bit of the side action. Nice. Side. Oh yeah, man. Super solid. Danny did a nice job, and there you go, Sports Clips, getting her done. You got the MVP treatment, didn't you?
Yep.
What do you like best about the MVP treatment?
They clean your hair there, kind of, with the whole shampoo and stuff, so you don't have to shower when you get home, really. That's
nice. All right. And I saw you got the little massage feature too. Is that cool?
Yeah.
All right, good deal. So here we are. We're actually waiting. We got a little rainstorm here in Arizona, believe it or not. So we're gonna see if it calms down a minute before we run to the car. Because in Arizona, when it rains, we melt, don't we? Or I know, we're big wimps. All right, so there you go, Matthew, haircut, pre-cruise, looking good. And they throw in a free Coke. Got a big time rainbow out here, big time rainbow.
I'll wait until
All right, here we are. Someone's back from getting this haircut. So
Woo.
now the boys are all cruise ready.
Our hair is cut big time.
Yeah. So I will get mine done in a couple days on Friday, and we'll be all set and ready to go. Hope you enjoyed our video today of what we've done today to get ready for our cruise, and we'll be back tomorrow with day 4.
Oh my God, day 4.
Getting close.
So close. So
all right.
close.
What do we
See
think,
ya.
guys?
Happy cruising.
Happy cruising.
Happy cruising.